St. Dominic Primary School in 1989 to St. Finbarr's College, and I graduated from St. Finbarr's College in 1994.
I was fondly called one Apollonius in my school days. From there, I proceeded to University of Lagos, Akoka. I'm an IT consultant. I work with Elora Flow Consultancy.
So my name is Olumide Oluwafemi Ogwande, popularly known as ID Kabasa. When I was in Finbarr, I was known as Joe. I graduated with a set of 1994. We entered St. Finbarr's College sometime around 1989. I was from Oluwale Primary School.
My name is Christopher Ezirin, a member of St. Finbarr's College, 1994 set. I came into Finbarr's 1989 from St. Dominic Catholic Primary School, Yaba.
My name is Anthony Ophili, popularly known as Comedian Bigans, official event MC, Nollywood actor. I also do TV commercial. I'm an event person and a businessman.
Wow, a whole lot. I didn't actually start Just 1, Just 2 here. Just 1, Just 2 was in Federal Government College, Minna, and I was a transfer student to St. Finbarr's College. And so it was, first of all, a challenge to come prove my worth. I had the most, like I said, the brilliant set of people. And so it was great to, making myself known.
Whoa, that's interesting. Finbarr's is really a school of events. I remember an incident when a student came in, he went to use the toilet and a snake chased him out, and how we killed the snake. Remember a very prominent one when we were having exams, we came out, we attacked the bus drivers and we had a fight with the bus drivers and conductors. It was a really bad fight that the next day police had to come to Finbarr's and they had to keep us in the school because they were appealing to all those bus drivers all the way from Barija. It was really interesting. Finbarr's was an eventful school, I tell you.
And the fun for me was watching every bus to see any conductor that will mistakenly put his head inside and then bring his butt out. My God, he go collect woto. Paka, paka, paka! Yeah! And the guy screaming, Jimmy-o! Couldn't that That was so fun for me. Growing up with that nostalgia back then was fun and real fun. And sometimes, like I said in the beginning, I wish I could draw the hands of time back. But hey, this is life. We have to grow up and we have to keep moving. So that's it in a nutshell.
I am a kind of a student during that time. I have never been part of any of the students that sweep the class because I always get to school after the assembly. I know that I don't have what it takes to come to school early, but my transport money, I use it for something else. Then I trek from my house, Yaba, to Akoka early in the morning, and I have that fun of exercise. I would say that I've never experienced any assembly.
And my earliest fond memories about St. Finbarr's College definitely would be my involvement in sport. In sports, I used to play football for the GSS, the junior team of the school when we started, and I think I played even till when we got to SS before I had to stop playing because of my science inclination. My parents wanted me to be a doctor.
So the fun was crazy, But wetin pay me pass when I did Finbarr's was the fact that when I got to SS2, I was meant to be wearing trousers as a senior and as a big boy. Now that time the principal can't cancel them. Say only SS3. And if you be prefect, you go wear them. So, because of the fact that we were just a peculiar set, we had so many restrictions, but we still got our fun despite that.
Back then in Finbarr's, there were a lot of dancing, a lot of music. So back then it was Tupac and MC Hammer. So there was a lot of music and dancing in Finbarr's back then. So it played a positive step to what I'm doing right now. And for now, in the entertainment industry. I'm now in Nollywood as a movie director.
Not learning how to manage your time and get to something later, I have to learn in a very hard way. When I was working with my boss, talking about Dr. Larry Zamweje, we have an appointment with the NBC. He asked me to get there on time because I'm the one that's going to speak for the organization. And I was just thinking our office is on Adiemo Alakija and I'm going to NBC, that is just less than 5 minutes. And when I jump into my car, if you see the traffic, my brother, there's no way I will get to that place even in 2 hours. And there's nobody I can call to come and take it, you know. After everything, I got there and my boss was just looking at me. I got back to the office, I wrote my apology letter, and he replied me and I said that I don't know whether to forgive you or not, but it will take me 6 months to forgive you. So I will not reply you. So when I was just looking at it 6 months after apologizing, and at the end of the day, I just know that you need to get to, and since that time, man, if you call an appointment 12 o'clock, I will get there 7 a.m. because I learned in a very hard way.
The experiences in Finbarr had made me to believe that, had made me a survivor. You know, there is no issue. As at now, I still use those experiences to navigate my way through life. And I tell my children, what you go through now is shaping you for what is to come. I tell you, we're very healthy now. A lot of us, we used to trek to school, to and fro. We know how to navigate ourselves out of trouble. So like I say, Finbarr was a good foundation for what I am today.
And so it was great for us at that time. Of course, everybody knows me to be the senior prefect of my time. I was made senior prefect of my set. Well, I guess they probably saw some things in me they didn't see in other people. For me, academics in Finbarr was really great. Of course, reflected in what our result turned out to be. Something that also put Finbarr on its landmark. And so academic-wise, yes, it was great for us, and we put Finbarr on a different platform that they've not had, you know, time before.
Also, as a person, St. Finbarr College helped build me beyond academics, built me for the challenges on the street. Obviously, most of the guys in my set, street boys, we have a lot of street boys. St. Finbarr College built me for the street, built me to have that tenacity, to have that, you know, that daring attitude towards life.
Some of those fun back then had really helped me create and carve a niche for myself, because back then, aside from the normal crazy stuff we used to do then, you know, back then, I used to be a very funny person in school. Even in my class and wherever you meet me, I was always cracking people up. And so that actually led me to, you know, getting into the comedy world and the comedy industry. And that has actually helped me a lot in meeting a whole lot of people that cuts across different stratas of the economy we have today.
What it is today is not what Finbarr used to be. Finbarr was basically a public school, a government school, and so it was basically us. We had great teachers, don't take that away from them, but it was us struggling to become who we are. So Finbarr was really a defining point for me. Finbarr really helped me bring out the very best in me. Finbarr helped me become very focused, you know, even with the little that we had at our disposal. Today, Finbarr, you have everything well organized, everybody put in set. At that point, it was you trying to do so much just to make, you know, with the little you had to define yourself. So Finbarr was really awesome and a big factor to who I am today.
One thing that I will pick from St. Finbarr College is that St. Finbarr College prepares us for leadership. And that's the one thing, you know, while we're in school, it is not all about your intellectual. There's different classes for you. You have the hard work, woodwork, you have the metal work, you have the electrical, and some of us just decided to put our energy in most of those things. And today we sit back and we know that that leadership that the school has provided you are just in your own way. You should be able to know how to handle things for yourself. And I would say the leadership is one thing that I think St. Finbarr College has prepared me, somebody like me for.
After I left school, I lost contact with a lot of my classmates. And in recent years, people like Christopher Malagu came up to me, we met, and they told me that we have a group, St. Finbarr College. It's called 94 Sets. They added me up to the WhatsApp group. I have all these guys, you know. I have Jide, I have Osiebu. And like I tell you, the list goes on and on and on. There's something about being a Finbarrian. Once you're a Finbarrian and you see yourself, no matter where you are, you display that. You know, Ferdinand Enebeli, you see these guys and the gangster comes up, no matter where you are. So it's been a road that I'm very, very happy to have crossed in my life.
Yes, we can be very troublesome. Yes, we can be, all those that are banter and all of that. But one thing still stands strong amongst us. We have brothers. Sometimes we get to quarrel, but when we get back together, you won't even know that look at these two people that we always be arguing on the WhatsApp group. They are friends all together.
To be very candid to you, whenever we have any social gathering, maybe a birthday or something, and I come in contact with most of my friends back then in St. Finbarr's College, which were still friends till today, and that has culminated into our 30th anniversary. And the bond is always very tight and very friendly and very cordial, because we always extend a helping hand to each other whenever, wherever the need arises.
30 years is no joke, it's a long time. And what I'm going to say, over the years, some people have changed. Some change for the better, some change for the extreme. So a lot of things goes on that you don't expect from a fellow schoolmate. And being an adult yourself, of advanced age, you have to understand where that person is coming from or what he has been through. So, and the society has played a lot on us growing up. It has not been easy with everybody as well as the country. So people tend to react to so many things. So you being an individual, you have to learn to tolerate and adapt to what people say or what people do.
Okay, so 30 years means for those of us 94 sets. So when we say 94 set, the guys that came in between 89 or transversed this school between 89 and 1994. So we basically have, like an association where we all meet once every month. I think we were able to form a proper association in 2015, I think. And we had Chris Malago as our first chairman, and luckily I was actually the first vice chairman of this present association. And of course, over time, we've transversed over time. We've had Malago, we've had Tosin, we've had Shola Okesheson, my great friend, who's a branch manager in UBA. And of course, the current guy who's on his way out, Apollonius Ejike Mwabueze. So basically what we have, a group of guys trying to come together. Of course, basically when you have people together who share diverse views from different areas, there's definitely going to be issues. What we try to do as our focus is to, look into welfare of everybody. We know basically in life, people are at different levels in life, trying to, be our brothers keepers. Of course, in all of it, even in families, you're going to have issues. People quarrel, people have a misunderstanding. It's a work in progress. We're not perfect, but we're hoping that hopefully where GK has stopped, the incoming chairman will be able to, bring us together, harness us better.
I would just like to share this story. Apart from just talking about 30 years, I will call ourselves Arometa. When you use that word, Lekwan Kizama, Tosin Adenidi, and myself, Jide Ojo. We guys have known each other right from our primary school. And one funny thing is this, from primary school to secondary school, then when we got to secondary school, do you care to know, we're in the same class from DSS 1 to SS3. The same class, sitting on the same seat. And after that, we left the school, we are still together. Even our wife, as we speak today, they are friends. And our children are also together. So I will tell you that we're able to keep a kind of friendship from that time up to date.
And we also have entertainers, myself, I think Basta, we have Lutulu Alabra Daiga, we have Akimbua, we have actors, we have Big Ant, we have Christopher Ezirin, guys doing so well in the entertainment industry. We have engineers, the likes of Kunle. We have all sorts of people in our midst. We have a full team when you have to talk about, different sectors of the economy. And luckily for us, we are also blessed to have also a whole lot of us still alive today.
As it is, I am currently the chairman, outgoing chairman. In a few weeks from now, maybe in less than a week, we should have a new chairman for my set, SFC 94. But I must tell you, first of all, I'm happy about the set. Because you see, it has given me the foundation for a lot of things too. I will not say I'm not happy. What I see in the set is passion. Everybody wants things to be done properly. But I know there are rooms for improvement. So like I will say, we are friends, we are brothers, we've been classmates, and I tell you, there's always room for improvement.
Okay, so basically these guys who went Finbarr together, I call them friends. And when I call them friends, I mean friends in real terms. Friends where you can actually express yourself. We've grown together, we've become like guides. So they're not really strange to me anymore because interestingly, some of them basically will stay in the same area. We work in the same, we live in the same area. So we get to see ourselves, we'll become great, motivation to one another. Work life, business life, family life. We're kind of greatly united, especially the ones I'm close to. Our families know ourselves. My wife knows the other person's wife. Our kids will all play together, and we really motivate. We motivate one another. Ensuring that we achieve our purpose in life. I don't call funny enough, some people talk about classmates. I don't call the ones I see classmates. I call them friends. But on a larger scale, the other people will get to see. It's always great to see them at functions. We relate, try to do some catch-up. Like what we're trying to do in our 30th anniversary, link up, redefine ourselves, motivate ourselves.
I remember the very tall Mr. Kintade, who I met in St. Finbarr's College. And when I was leaving, he was still in St. Finbarr's College. And then I just heard he just left some few years ago as well, as the case may be. It wasn't just them alone. We had the likes of the intro tech teacher, Mr. Wolabi. Now that man I see say, if he won't flog you 12 strokes, he go flog you the 12 for the same spot. The cry not be here. Well, guess what? Finbarr's boys were very good at everything they did. The feeling of the teachers was so impactful, and each of our end of the year parties we always invite them over just to honor them, just to appreciate them, and just to celebrate them. Because without them today, we wouldn't have been where we are today. Thank you very much.
Definitely, Mr. Kumawoyi, my favorite of all time. Mr. Kumawoyi was teaching us math, but he was also teaching us life. Mr. Kumawoyi has this principle. It will tell you to solve like 5 sums. Like 5 of the questions in the class. Then we have this continuous assessment exercise book that you take home to go and solve the other questions that we have in our new general mathematics from GS. We were lucky. He taught us from GS1, I think to SS3. Yeah. Then I remember Mrs. Okay, how can you be taught English by a fine woman and even the English? They need to take you to a special.
Okay, so I basically will start with the principal. One of the experiences I had with principal, and I will never forget, he's late today, Mr. Kote, may so rest in peace. When you have someone who believes in you, who actually, tells you that you could do a whole lot. The fact that he believed in me made it easy for me that, so I knew I could not fail. When you have something to prove to someone, and so it was for me, driving force. He was really a teacher for us, but he was like a father to me and to everybody who actually was there before me and after me, and for a long time, even up to his dying days, all of us looked up to him.
And another person is Mrs. Temeru, our music teacher. Some of us, despite that we don't have the voice, there's one thing that makes every student wants to come to class, not because of anything, just because of the beauty of that teacher. And some of them come to class, and some of us, we are just there. Somebody would think we are learning the key. And while some of us are not learning the key, the likes of Heidi Kabasa are really learning the key. And some of us are using the key for something else.
And St. Finbarr's College, with what I do now, I'm a music producer now with several awards to my name. I want to really say a big thank you to St. Finbarr's College, especially to Mrs. Temeno. It was our music. I remember that those theories were boring, but Mrs. Temeno was high. So we had to stay in the class and just learn. All of those things helped me later in life. I studied economics. I have a master's degree in it, but today I'm a practicing musician. I own a record label. Who would have thought that the guy that was studying to become an economics that was supposed to end up in the band today is now a music producer? All of this thanks to the early, the earlier years of my learning under Mrs. Temeno.
I remember our VP then, Mr. Modara, was very, very active. He's always everywhere and anywhere. And even Kote, the late Kote, may God have mercy on his soul. If you are entering the school, he's at the gate. During school hours, he's at the gate or under the, the fruit tree. Even if you tend to leave the school, he's at the gate. He's everywhere. You can be doing something, the next you hear, what are you doing there? If you look back, you are seeing him. He was like a ghost in the school premises. So we dreaded him so much.
Yes, unfortunately, we lost some of our friends, the likes of Adenichi, the likes of Agoro, the likes of Victor, and a couple of other guys that I might not remember right now.
And then one thing I would just want to share with every one of us is this: when something is dropping your heart to do for your neighbor, Agoro so much, I don't know why Agoro so much believe in me that I have what it takes to help him. Agoro will call me and say, Jide, I'm having pain, please help me, please help me. When people are calling you to help them, they are not telling you to give them money. Let's stop getting things wrong. And I told Agoro, just do a video and send to me. Agoro make the video, send to me, and I did a story about him. And the capture we use is that Nigeria helped the Nigerian tallest man. Don't let him die of this pain. And in 2 days, Nigeria donated over 10 million to Agoro. Agoro needed 3.5 million for his operation, and he got over 10 million naira. He had the operation, but God understands more than every one of us. It's late now, but one thing that every one of us will go back and think about it. If you so much believe in you that you can do something and you can make it happen, and you feel that he's asking you for money, he's just asking you that you have what it takes to get the money. Every one of us see money as one thing. We see money as that paper, and we have money in tangible and intangible. So all of us should stop seeing paper when we are talking about something to help one another. And for every one of us, we are still alive. Let's be helpful to one another. Let's do everything. Let's celebrate ourselves while we are still alive. We have every reason to celebrate one another.
We've lost Victor Emodi. We've lost we've lost a lot of people. You know, Jubril. We've lost Akbu. You know, it's unfortunate, and we still try to keep in touch with their families. You know, some of them are married, and we keep in touch with their widowed wives.
I will tell you a story. There was this classmate, Ochuku Anyagudo, Efimerian. When he passed out, the mom called me. He said, "Your brother is dead." That's what she said. "Your brother is dead." I didn't object. Despite he had siblings, he had siblings and he had elder ones. The mom said, "Your brother is dead." Immediately, I took it upon myself, make arrangement for his burial.
Two people come to mind immediately. Ade, I think we lost, I remember clearly, sometime in September. He was buried 9th September 2022. It still hits my heart because I actually lost my mom about that same time. Ade used to be a friend I would go play ball with. He worked with St. Saviour's somewhere in Ikoyi. And so we usually spend time to play football every Friday. Ade was a good goalkeeper, friendly guy, jovial guy, and but I think we lost him to pancreatic tumor. Very sad. The other person I remember is Agoro, who happens to be the tallest man in Nigeria at that time. I grew up with him. We all lived here in Akoka. Agoro too, we lost, of course, due to complications for his genetic makeup, basically. So those two people basically come to mind. But we actually just pray that we don't have to tell these kind of stories anymore.
May the souls of all the faithful departed through the mercy of God rest in peace. Because of time constraints, I wouldn't be able to go into details of some of them who have also died, but may the souls of all the faithful departed through the mercy of God continue to rest.
That the good Lord will continue to bless their souls and to their families, that the Holy Spirit will come upon them and grant them comfort.
But in all, we give thanks to God that it is 30 years after school, and we are all still kicking strong. And I'm very sure we are going to celebrate 50 years, we are going to celebrate 60 years, God keeping all of us for life. What do I wish this particular group? I pray that God is going to help each and every one of us to actually find clarity for our next level in life. Yes, we are getting into that age where some of us will start retiring and all of that. I pray that God will give us clarity on how to sustain that particular season in our life. And I want to say this, I love you.